Wagwan, my people, wagwan. Today's article is coming from selfkey.org. And of course, we're going to be talking about self-key. For some reason, self-key is pumping like crazy. I woke up this morning, checked the Kraken exchange account, and noticed that self-key is up, top of the chart, plus 100%, plus 124% earlier. Anyway, so I just wanted to have a clear identification of when I think about self-key, what is self-key to me. I have a basic understanding, but I wanted to read this about again. I'm sure I did a video before, earlier, later last year, but I want to do it again. I want to do another video again and get a pure understanding of self-keys, who self-key is, and what are their plans. So, a decentralized identity infrastructure for Web3 in the metaverse. That's what self-key identify itself as. So with the fast advancement being made on the internet's infrastructure, digital identity will be one of the areas where major changes will take place in the coming future. Web3 and the metaverse need a decentralized identity management system that ensures identity security for its users. So how is Web3 and metaverse different from Web 2? The internet is no longer just a server-based platform with static web pages that users access for information. Indeed, the internet in its original form was truly just read-only. With the advancement of HTML and other programming languages, the internet has expanded and become more interactive over the years. New, more advanced internet-based services created the current version of the internet, also known as Web 2. Web 2 refers to the second generation of the internet services, which is primarily centered on providing users with the ability to interact with content that is hosted on the web. Alongside improvements in interoperability and usability for end users, the Web 2 revolution has fostered the growth of user-generated content. When it comes to Web 2, changes to the underlying technical infrastructure of the internet have not been a priority. Instead, it places an emphasis on modifying the layout of websites as well as ways to improve the user experience. Because Web 2 encourages users to collaborate and communicate with one another through P2P transactions, peer-to-peer, it has paved the way for the development of e-commerce and social media platforms. So big tech companies like Meta, Google, Amazon, etc. are the pioneers of Web 2 and have dominated the internet we currently use, enabling unprecedented levels of global connectivity. But the underlying algorithm that fuels this iteration can be problematic. In Web 2, trusted intermediaries make particularly easy for large institutions to gain control over the data of individual users. In the event that two parties wish to carry out a transaction but do not know or trust one another, the only option available to them is to rely on a third party who are recognized and trustworthy. When we surf through these websites, they are continuously monitored user activity and developing their own algorithms in a way that strengthens their hold on users. So basically keeping you captive. They're literally, this system, Web 2 was designed in a sense, Web 2's flaws was basically holding people back, and it created this middleman where that was, who was this middleman? Like, why do we need one, right? So now that we have taken a look at how Web 2 works, let's dive into the next iteration of the internet known as Web 3. Web 3 is going to change the way we interact with each other online. When compared to Web 2, Web 3 shows promise as an enhancement, particularly in light of the significant changes it brings to the underlying technology infrastructure. The third generation of the web makes use of an advanced metadata system. This version is also referred to as the semantic web. The metadata system provides assistance in gathering and organizing diverse types of data in order to render it understandable for both humans and machines. This change in infrastructure also promised a different experience for users as a whole. Instead of trusting a third party with control over your data, the approach for Web3 will be an amalgamation of various blockchain-based applications that run independently without going through any central party like Google or Amazon. This creates a whole new experience for users as they will be able to access services on the internet without completely disclosing their data. Web3 focuses on a decentralized internet where users are the sole owners of their data. Blockchain, baby. Another important innovation that could shape the future of the internet is the metaverse. The Web3 as the basis for everything, the metaverse will also play a key role in bringing together immersive virtual world experiences where people can get together and interact virtually, that is. Experts says that the metaverse is going to have a huge impact on various sectors, especially gaming, social media, retail, and more, which already started. Following the recent announcement by Mark Zuckerberg officially declaring Meta as the parent company that intends to build the metaverse in coming years, Microsoft has also dipped its toes into developing a metaverse of its own. It may only be a matter of time until we see all the metaverses coming together in an interoperable manner, with users able to jump from one virtual reality to another. This will probably be facilitated by decentralized wallet that can store their identity credentials. So here comes, I guess you're getting to that now. So let me read that last part again. So where is it at? It may only be a matter of time until we see all the metaverses coming together in an interoperable manner, with users able to jump from one virtual reality to another. This will probably be facilitated by decentralized wallet that can store their identity credentials. Man, you know what ringed in my head a while ago when I read the part that says users will be able to jump from one virtual reality to another? If you think backyards were empty now, everybody's going to be in their room with a freaking glass on their face in the metaverse, traveling, going to China. Like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Yo, houses and their backyards are going to be empty. So anyway, risk involved with centralized identity management. Social network and making friends on Web2 sites continue to rise in popularity, but these platforms are also an accessible target for spyware. With Web2 apps such as social networks and blogs, hackers tend to be on the tails of the increasing number of people using them. Social networking platforms represent two main types of danger. Technological and social. Basically, millions of people can upload content on Web2 sites, and criminal users are continuously attempting to post malware on these sites. An increasing number of people are disclosing sensitive personal information on social networking sites like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Because of this, they are more likely to fall for phishing attacks, which appear more genuine because of the information they have collected. Added to that, when you sign in to your Google or Facebook account, your identity is checked through a central server. Even though it may seem convenient to you to use these already set up accounts to log in, it raises privacy concerns. As you use your account, these big intermediaries will gather metadata such as when and for how long you use the service, where you were, and what other online activities you did during that time. Wow, I did not know that last part. Often, this information is used to make ads that are more relevant to you. It can be surprising how quickly you start seeing ads for something you looked up while your activity was being tracked. That is true. That happens all the time. And I'm sure if you guys pay attention to the video, you see it sometimes. You see, I looked up Samsung phone the other day and that joint popped up in an article I was reading. Anyway, and ads seem pretty harmless compared to other things that could be realized with this metadata, such as building political ad profiles and target with specific content during elections. Yeah, of course they're going to use it for that. Either way, the only remedy for the problems for centralized data control is providing users with custody of their own data. Advance of decentralized identity management. A decentralized identity system lies at the core of Web3. Users in these systems are collected to own their own digital identity as credentials in their wallet. This allows users to have full custody over their digital identity rather than depending on a centralized server login, which would require them to enter a username and password to gain access. A centralized login system presents a variety of problems that tend to go unnoticed in our daily internet usage. One example of this are spam profiles. Almost everyone who has been using any sort of social media is aware of spammers or automated messages delivered through fake profiles. So the silent creeping of bot accounts masquerading as real people might not seem to affect you and me on a personal level, but when considered on a larger scale, it can make a big difference. These profiles are code-generated fake IDs that are used for various, often nefarious reasons. The current digital identity infrastructure is incapable of identifying if a profile is created by a real human or a bot. That is true. Hence why a lot of people have been ghosting people, creating all these, I always messed up ghosting with something else. But people have been creating fake accounts for years. One possible solution to this can be using decentralized identity management system, which establishes authentication using credentials attached to a wallet as a requirement for creating a profile. Dang. These credentials are unique and cannot be duplicated. Each credential can be used to create one account only. They are designed for Web3 applications and help identify real users from fake bots. So living avatar NFTs can be used by real users to prove they are not bots and verify their identities on chain. This brings a new way to create a digital profile, one in which verified credential acts as a proof of mechanisms for identity holder. Elon Musk recently made an offer to buy Twitter. However, guys, keep in mind that this article is a year old. So Elon Musk recently made an offer to buy Twitter. However, he claims that he ultimately decided against the move because the company was unable to provide them with an accurate figure of how many bot accounts were active on the platform. This can be an alarming problem because bot accounts are almost indistinguishable from real profiles, making their impact hard to access or quantify. So, with the evolution of Web3 and the metaverse, it is very important that we keep a check on bots so that they do not go on to dominate and compromises the integrity of Web3 platforms. I was thinking about something while I was reading that. Robots are going to be criminals one day. Anyway, a centralized identity system is extremely important for implementing a secure identity-owned infrastructure. So why NFTs will play a key role. So non-fungible tokens, NFT, have the potential to play an important role in the development of a decentralized infrastructure due to their technical and fundamental properties. Every NFT contains a one-of-a-kind digital infrastructure that cannot be replicated by any other NFT. With the help of NFTs, digital identity credentials can be established that are non-fungible in nature and therefore cannot be duplicated. These NFT-based credentials can now be used to create profiles and transact with others. So, let's go down to the conclusion. I'm already brushing 16 minutes here. So conclusion, with the fast advancement being made on the internet's infrastructure, digital identity will be one of the areas where major changes will take place in the coming future. A semantic web and the metaverse need a decentralized identity management system that limits the number of fake ID created. So the number of bot accounts currently out there, the number of bot accounts currently out there is just a taste of what could eventually evolve into a major problem. If the right steps aren't taken, it won't be long before these fake IDs make it very hard for real people to join the network. Spamming and running automated campaigns can ruin the user's experience in ways we haven't even thought of yet. So SELFKEY is helping to create a new generation digital identity system for Web3 and the metaverse. SELFKEY's vision for digital identity is built into its very foundations. The project's live-in avatar NFTs will be secured by cryptography with verified credential attached in order to check the validity of the identifiers. This adds an extra protective layer to the digital identities stored as live-in avatar NFTs in the SELFKEY wallet. So users will have full control over access to and ownership of their digital identities. SELFKEY is designed to be censorship proof, fair, inclusive, agile, and lean. It has a well-established open source technology stack and a clear legal and governance architecture that are delineated by the SELFKEY Foundation with the help of the SELFKEY community. SELFKEY can adapt to meet the needs of modern societies and the global internet by protecting basic identity freedoms through decentralized identity verification. And this is from the horse's mouth himself, selfkey.org. All right, guys. All right. So thank you guys for taking your time to listen to what SELFKEY is about, what SELFKEY aim to do to solve the problem that they aim to solve. So you know what I'm saying, and this project is important, and right now the price is very cheap right now. I'm not telling nobody to go buy nothing. This is not financial advice. I'm not a registered financial advisor, so I can't be giving you no advice. But I'm just saying, what we read a while ago, you know what I'm saying, and looking at the price where it was at around this time of this article to this time now. If you were to invest then, you would have a lot of dough right now. I'm telling you, because the price is going up right now. But I'm not telling you anything to like go and buy nothing, because nobody likes FOMO and FUD. Because as soon as the price start going up, that's not the time to be buying nothing. That's a time to bury your head under a sheet and cry and wish that you got into it earlier, because everything that goes up is going to come back down. Once it start coming back down, that's the best time to buy when on dollar cost average. I licensed financial advisor told me that, by the way. So anyway, guys, take care. Have a great day. Happy Monday. And if you're in Canada, happy Family Day.